So all we need really is is a block or a pillow, which you might need to have handy. Okay, so we're standing on the mat, feet together. So turning toes out, followed by heels, just looking at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just rocking that pelvis forward, flattening through the lumbar spine, back and arching through the lumbar spine. Good, so just rocking it forward and back, and then finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Thinking about that deep lateral breathing, so deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expanding, and out through the mouth. One more time, deep breath in through the nose, drawing those shoulders down the back, try not to breathe up into those shoulders, and out through the mouth. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and pulling the belly button back towards the spine. And at the same time, feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, and 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by your side. Now we're just going to start with those forward shoulder rolls. Jane, Rod, are you okay? You hearing me, or you're on mute, so I can't hear you. I'll just unmute you. Shoulder rolled forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Good. You okay, Jane?
Yeah, it had frozen the screen.
Oh, it's frozen. Okay.
Okay now.
It's okay now. Brilliant. All right. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. One more time. And then we're going to relax the shoulders down the back, arms hanging by your side. On the in-breath, we're going to float the arms out to the side, locking those shoulders down the back as we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. On the out-breath, we're pushing the air away as you bring the arms back down to your side. Good. In-breath, floating the arms out to the side. Locking the shoulders down the back. I'm going onto my knees so you can see my hands. You don't need to go on your knees. Arms up to the ceiling, shoulders down, palms facing each other. We're going to reach that left arm up to the ceiling and then slide that shoulder blade down the back. Reaching the right arm up to the ceiling and then slide the shoulder blade down. Good. This time we're going to look at the hand as we reach the left arm up to the ceiling, slide the shoulder blade down the back, looking at the right hand as you reach it to the ceiling and draw that shoulder blade down the back. We're going to float the arms back to shoulder height, palms towards the ceiling. We're going to turn the palms down, reach them to the back, and then squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. Good. Palms to the ceiling, and then turn the palms down, facing the back, and squeezing those shoulder blades together. Good. In breath, palms to the ceiling. Out breath, turn the palms back, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. 2 more times. In breath, palm to the ceiling. Out breath, reach them back, shoulders together. Last one. In breath, palm to the ceiling. Out breath, turn the palms back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then we're going to bring the hands down behind the body, interlock the fingers, turn them inside out, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then lift the hands up away from the glutes. And feel that lovely stretch. Now try not to let those shoulders roll forward. Keep them rolling back. Opening up through the chest. And then just relax the hands down onto the glutes so they're just comfortably sitting there. We're dropping left ear to left shoulder. Chin towards the chest. Morning, Sally.
Morning, Nikki. Sorry, I'm late.
Fine. And then we're rubbing the chin along the chest. Slowly ending up with right ear over right shoulder. And then again, chin to chest and very gently rubbing that chin along the chest. Ending up left ear over left shoulder. Good, and coming back to the center, relax the hands, give those shoulders a roll. So we're going to float the arms back out to the side, palms facing down. We're going to bring the hands across in front of you, crossing the right arm over the left. Open back out to the side and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. Bringing the hands in front of you, crossing the left hand up above the right this time. And open. And we're going to speed it up. So make sure you squeeze the shoulder blades together and cross. Changing the hand on top and cross. Good. 3 more times to each side. And as you open the arms out, squeeze. Try and get those shoulder blades to touch at the back. Good. 1 more time to each side. Take the arms back out to the side again. We're going to bring the right arm in front of the chest, hook behind, just above the elbow, palm down of the right hand and reach that hand away from you. Good, so just feeling that stretch all up through the tricep into the back of the shoulder there. Good, and then we're going to take the left arm out to the side, bring the left arm across the chest, palm down, reach that left hand away from you. Good, just feeling that stretch. Good, bring the left hand back in front, bend the elbow. We're going to place the right elbow into the crook of the left arm. Twist the hands around each other. If you can, take hold of the hands. Otherwise, just grab a wrist or a finger, whatever you can get a hold of there. Drawing the shoulders down the back, and we're reaching the hands up towards the ceiling. Good. So try not to let those shoulders come up. Keep them down. Good. It's quite a strong stretch, this. Just nice deep breath. Last deep breath in and out. Good. Give those arms a shake off. We're going to do the other side. So right arm, elbow bent. Put the left elbow into the crook of the right arm. Twist the hands around each other. Take hold of the hands. Draw the shoulders down the back and lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Try not to let those shoulders creep up, drawing them down the back. And again, nice deep breath in and out. Good. 1 more breath. In and out. And relax those arms down and give them a good shake off. And maybe just gently taking the ear to the shoulder and loosening that neck off. Brilliant. So into the roll down. So standing at the back of the mat, knees are slightly bent, core engaged. Deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out, we're dropping chin to chest, and then we're slowly peeling the vertebra. Now take your time with this. Just feel the articulation through each vertebra joint as you let the crown of the head weight you down to the floor, arms hanging, head hanging. When you get down, either hooking the fingers under the toes or palms flat on the floor, or use a block or pillow. And we're going to straighten through the left knee and hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straightening through the right knee, let the head hang, shoulders down the back for 3, 2, 1, and soften. We're straightening through both knees now, head hanging, drawing the shoulders down the back. Nice deep breath in and out. And we're going to soften through the knees, scoop the belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine, one vertebra at a time. Come up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Good. We're going to do that one more time. I'll just show you quickly. Hang down, but when we get to hanging the crown of the head down, we're going to fold our arms, place them at the crown of the head. Try to straighten through the legs and just let the head hang. If it's uncomfortable for you to straighten through the legs, just keep those knees bent, okay? So knees soft to start. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, slowly chin to chest, crown of the head, weighting you down, feeling the articulation. Nice and slow, arms hanging, head hanging. As the fingers come down to the toes, we're going to fold those forearms, place them underneath the crown of the head. Try to straighten through the legs now and then let the head hang. And we're just opening up through the lower back here. Good. So we're just holding that for a deep breath in. If you feel any pinching in your back, bend those knees. Good. Good, we're going to place the hands onto the floor, bend the knees, walk the hands forward, and we're coming down onto all fours. Good. So, onto all fours, knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, scooping the belly button to spine, and we're going on into the cat stretch. So on the in-breath, we're rounding the thoracic back up towards the ceiling, drop the head between the arms. On the out-breath, we'll lengthen tail and crown, scoop the belly button to spine, and feed on through into the back extension, gently taking the eyes to the ceiling. Good. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown and feeding on into that back extension. One more time, we're just really articulating through the spine, loosening off any tightness in the spine joints. Lengthen tail and crown, feeding on into that back extension. We're just going to flex that back off one more time, rounding up to the ceiling and coming back to your neutral spine position, scooping the belly button to spine. We're sliding the left leg back, drop that left hip down, push back through the hands, heels to the floor. Remember, if your wrists are uncomfortable, come onto your forearms. Trying to get the heel down towards the floor so you can keep increasing that stretch. Feel it pull through the calf for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee back in. Good. We're sliding the right leg back, tuck the right toe underneath you, push back through the hands, heel to the floor. Trying to keep the back of the head in line with the spine. Feel that stretch through the calf for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that right knee in. Good. So checking you've still got the hip width distance between the knees. And we're going to go into the hip drop. So we're taking both hips to the right. Turn and look over your left shoulder at your feet. Good. Again, nice and slow with this one as we center back up. And then we're dropping the hips down to the left. Look over your right shoulder at your feet. Any stiffness here? Again, just taking your time. See if you can drop a little bit lower now as we take both hips down to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Good, last one now, taking the hips over to the left, look over the right shoulder at your feet. Good, center back up. We're going to sit back on your heels, head down to the mat. Obviously, if you can't reach the heels, just stay lifted and walk the hands forward. If you can sit on your heels, push the weight back through the hands So you're pressing down onto those heels. Good. And we're coming back onto all fours again. Jane Thomas, I'm thinking if you want to come down to lying on your back, sorry, I know it's going to be a bit of jumping up and down, but so I think for this next one, probably the glute piriformis stretch, ankle onto knee and pull the leg up if you can, or use the ball. Can you see me all right? Yeah. For the rest of us, we're still on all fours. We're going to open the knees out wide, so to the edges of the mat. Make sure the heels are in line with the knees, so you don't want the legs going out at right angles. They still stay in line with the knees. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms and then drop the weight back slightly. And what we're doing here is we're just opening up through the hips. Good, so the weight is going back, staying on those forearms. Good, drawing the glutes towards the heels. That's it. Good. If you're not feeling much of a stretch there, take those knees a little wider apart. So you should be hopefully feeling it through your hips. If you're not, take those knees wider. Good. And then we're coming back up onto all fours again. Good. So Jane Thomas, for this next one, we're going to do hugging one knee and lengthen the other one away. So for the rest of us now, we're going to come up onto our knees, slide the left knee back a little bit. We're going to bring the right top of the foot onto the floor. So the top of the foot is on the floor in front of that left knee. Now, if you feel that's really uncomfortable with your knee, your right knee, this is when you can use your block. Just pop it underneath that knee to support it. So the top of the foot is on the floor. We're going to slide the left leg back now. Good. So right top of the foot on the floor in front of that left knee. Slide the left leg back. So Catherine, will your right foot, trying to see if I go in front. So the right foot, you need to sort of have the top of the foot on the floor there. Sometimes if they're hip issues, it might not want that foot to go there. If not, just stay straight, slide the left leg back. And then we're going to come down onto the floor. So reaching those hands away from you. Good, and drop the head down to the mat. So when you do that, you should be feeling that, yeah, that's fine, Catherine, come down. You should be feeling that probably more through that right hip there. Good. Nice deep breath through this. And then we're coming back up again. We're going to change legs, so bring that left knee forward, slide the right knee back slightly, and then you place the right top of the foot onto the floor in front of that right knee, and then we're sliding the right leg back. Stay up on your arms. Good, and you're driving that right hip down towards the floor. So in this position now, we're stretching through that right hip flexor, and then walk the hands forward, and you're coming down over, bending over onto the chest towards the floor, and then it should move possibly into that left hip. Again, if you're not getting much of a stretch there, you can just walk that left leg a little bit further away from you and then come back down to the floor, and that should increase that stretch. So if you're quite flexible, you're not feeling anything through that left side, just walk that foot further away from the right hip. Good, and we're coming back up onto all fours again, and then we're going to sit back on your heels, head down to the floor, and just stretching out through the back. Good. Okay, rounding back up again. We're coming to sitting on the floor. We're either going to sit with legs crossed or legs straight out in front of you. So if sitting with the leg crossed is uncomfortable, just have those legs straight out. Good. Right hand on the floor, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. So we're lengthening through our waist. I'm going to slide the right hand away and bring the left arm over the top. Remember, keep that right shoulder away from your ears, so you don't want to be crunching into your shoulder. Lengthen the neck away. And then we're coming back up to sitting, left hand to the floor. We're sliding the left hand away, right arm over the top. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. Good, and feel the opening through the right side. One more time to each side. So right hand down, over into the side bend. And this time we're going to bring the left hand to the floor on that right side and take the chest towards the floor. It doesn't matter if you can only reach the knee, that's fine. Just that you feel that rotational stretch. Back into the side bend and bring the arm back over to the left side. Good, so slide that hand away so you're not crunching into the shoulder. Soften the elbow, reach the right arm over the top. Rotate to the floor, bringing the right hand down. Trying to keep that right seat bone down towards the floor. Try not to tip up. Good. Lovely rotational stretch. Back into the side bend and coming back up to sitting again. Brilliant. So from there now we're going to take the, we're going to bring the right knee over the left. So you can either do it with the, sorry, I've got the left knee, I'm going to change. So you can either do it with the left leg straight or you can keep that left leg slightly bent. Choice is yours. You might find it a bit gentler to have the leg straight, or you can bring that bend, that left leg underneath you. Hooking the elbow to the outside of the knee, crown of the head up to the ceiling, and then you're going to pull that knee over across the body. You can either do it with your elbow or your hand, and turning to face the back. So I'm just watching knee, other elbow. So you want to go the other way, yeah, you got it. And then pull that leg across. You want to be, that's it, you got it, perfect. Jane, is that your right knee you've got there? You got hold of Jane Thomas, you got your right knee? Yeah, perfect, good. Good, and really pulling that knee over, across, that's where the stretch is coming from. Sally, I think, is your left knee crossed? I can't hear you, I'll have to go thumbs up or down. If it's your left knee crossed, yeah, and then you want to turn towards your, that's it, you got it. Good, and really pull that knee over, good. Okay, coming back to the center, and we're changing legs now, so left over right, or you're going on to the opposite side, either with a straight leg, or you can bend that back leg underneath you, hook onto the knee, crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and then you're pulling the knee over, across towards the right. Remember, try not to lean back. You want to keep straight. Good. So you should be feeling the stretch, sort of outer glutes, maybe down the outside of the leg. Good. Nice deep breath through that. Good. And then centering back up, we're going to place the soles of the feet together. Now I understand this isn't always comfy. You can always have those legs a little bit longer if need be. You want to be feeling that stretch through the inner thigh here. Take hold of the soles of the feet, crown of the head to the ceiling, and we're going to hinge forward, over those feet. If you want to, you can use your elbows. The aim is to try and get those knees towards the floor and feel the opening and stretch through the inner thigh here. Doesn't matter how low you go down. We're just stretching out through that inner thigh. Remember, we want long back, so you don't want to be rounding down crown of the head to the floor. You want to be reaching the crown of the head forward, keeping the length through the back. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Stacking that spine again. We're opening the left leg out into a V, placing that right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Good. Again, crown of the head to the ceiling. We're sliding the left hand down, taking hold of the toe if possible. Bring the right arm over the top and eyes to the ceiling. Good. Breathe through that. Come back up to the center, and this time now we're going to place that right foot onto the left front of the thigh, so up onto that thigh. Again, crown of the head to the ceiling, and we're going to walk the hands forward. Now again, this is quite a strong stretch. You might find you hardly get anywhere at all. That's fine, as long as you feel that strong opening through that right hip here. Good, and again, thinking of length through the crown of the head. Good, as I say, it doesn't matter if you hardly move at all, as long as you're feeling that stretch. Good, and coming back up, stacking the spine. We're changing legs, so right leg out in the V, left sole of the foot into the inner thigh, sliding the right hand down towards the right toe, left arm over the top and eyes to the ceiling. So you're getting a lovely side bend here. You might feel it lower down on that left towards the pelvis there. Come back up and stacking that spine, and then we're going to place that left foot onto the right thigh. You might want to bring that leg in a little bit, and then walking forward, reaching the crown of the head forward. Good. I know everyone hates these sort of stretches because they hurt, but that means we need to do them. Good. And just reaching forward, walk those hands forward. Nice deep breaths through here. As you breathe out, see if you can increase that stretch a little bit. Good. And then we're rounding back up, stacking the spine. Both legs now out into a nice wide V, flexion through the feet. Feel that stretch through the inner thigh. Crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling. We're hinging from the hips. Walk the hands forward. Again, reach that crown of the head forward. And again, nice deep breath. Then we're going to hold this for 3 breaths on each out breath. I want you to see if you can drop that chest a little bit more towards the floor. Good. Deep breath in as you breathe out. A little lower. Last time. Deep breath in as you breathe out. A little bit lower. Good. Rounding and stacking that spine. Bring the feet together. We're coming to the front of the mat with the knees bent, feet are hip width apart, shoulders relaxed and down your back. So we're going to do the roll back C curve here. So arms straight out in front of you, shoulders down your back. We're scooping the belly button to spine, and we're C-curving that lumbar spine. So you're pushing that lumbar spine out, rolling down, not too far, just till you feel those core muscles engage. And then we're rolling back up and stacking. So the aim here is to be loosening off that lumbar spine. That's what we're trying to do, is to get that lumbar spine to move. Remember, keep your shoulders relaxed and down your back and open. Good. And rounding and stacking again. Good. Last time, draw the belly button to spine. We're rounding back, C-curving the back. and rounding back up and stacking. So from there now, I'm just going to show you, we did do this last time. We're C curving the back. We're going to have the left foot and then right foot up off the floor. Hug those knees, look down at your belly button. On the out breath, we're going to roll back to just onto the shoulders, come back up and keeping the feet off the floor, change the cross. Now if that's fine for you, back feels okay, I want you to keep doing that. If you find when you come down to the floor, there's a clonk, then I want you to just stay on the floor, keep the chin to the chest and just rock on the floor, okay? Sometimes if we're too stuck in that lumbar spine, it can do more damage if we go clonk, clonk. So then I'd rather you just stayed on the floor, okay? So I'll talk you through it. If you've started already, by all means, keep going. So we're C curving that back first. Lift the left and right foot up and cross them over. Hug the knees, look down at the belly button. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to roll back to the shoulders, come up, feet off the floor. We're changing the cross. Good. Okay, keep going. We're going to do about 5 or 6 of these. You don't want to be coming onto your neck. Keep changing the cross. Good. It takes a couple of times till you feel like you've got the right momentum to get down and back up. But any discomfort, you just stay on the floor and just rock back and forth. Good. Okay, we're going to do one more, but this time you're just going to stay on the floor. So one more time, we're going to rock back and then we're just going to hug those knees in. Good. Hug the knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. You can undo your crossed ankles. Brilliant. Okay. From there now, we're going to hug that right knee into your chest. And we're going to lengthen the left leg away to the floor. So take the right foot to the floor, lengthen it away from you. Flexion through that left foot. Hug that right knee in as much as possible. Good, till you feel some form of a stretch through that left hip flexor. And then we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and we're bringing that left knee over towards the left shoulder. You can come up, you can lift that right side up off the mat, but you don't want to be rolling onto your side. Okay, so you're bringing the knee up and over towards the left shoulder till you start to feel a bit of a stretch through the outside of the glutes, maybe the outside of that right thigh. Deep breath in and out. Last time, deep breath in and out. We're going to center back up again. Take the right leg up towards the ceiling so it's nice and straight. If you can't get straight through that right knee, just bend that left knee in just to help you to get nice and straight through the right leg. Take hold of the calf or where you can on the leg, and we're going to start ankle circles. So we're circling, doesn't matter which way you go. First, we're drawing circles on the ceiling, taking that ankle joint through its full range of movement. One more time, and then we're going to change direction. At all times, though, I want you to keep the pressure on that hamstring. You should be feeling it down the back of that hamstring. Good. One more circle, and then pointing the toe up towards the ceiling. Increase that stretch, and then we're going to flex the foot to the ceiling. So push the heel to the ceiling. Point and flex. Good. Point and flex. Increase the stretch on the hamstring. 2 more times. Point and flex. Last time. Point and flex. Good. Hug that right knee back in. I'm going to draw the left knee up to your chest now. Take the right foot to the floor. Slide it away from you. flexion through the foot. We're hugging that left knee into your chest, much as you can. The higher, the more you bring that left knee up and then flex and lengthen the right leg away, the more of a stretch you're getting there. Good, and then we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and we're bringing that knee up and over towards that right shoulder. Good, and again, the stretch should be outside of the glutes, possibly down the outside of that leg. If you're not feeling much, just bring that leg over a little bit, maybe come a little bit more onto your right side. Good. Breathing through that. One more time, deep breath in and out. We're centering back up again. Take the left leg straight up to the ceiling. Take hold of that calf, shoulders down the back. Again, of course, you can bend that right knee so the foot's to the floor. If you can't get straight through that left leg. And then we're going to start with those ankle circles. So nice and slow, taking that ankle joint through its full range of movement. 3, one more time. And we're going to reverse now those circles. It's always quite interesting to feel how tight those ankle joints are, or they may be. 3, and last circle for 4. Take a bit of a pull on that hamstring now, and we're going to point the toe up to the ceiling, flex and push that heel up. Good. And point and flex. Good. 3 more times. Point and flex, crease that stretch each time. Take a little bit more of a pull on that leg. Last one, point and flex, and then hug the knee to the chest. Bring the other knee in, and we can just rock from side to side. Take those knees open, wide, shoulder width apart, and then we're going to rock from side to side. And loosening that back off. Good. So taking both feet back down to the mat again, keeping those feet hip width apart, heel about 1.5 hand length away from the glute. We're just going to find our neutral spine position here. So on the in breath, we're going to roll the pelvis forward. So we're arching the lumbar spine off the mat. So lift that lumbar spine off the mat as you roll the pelvis forward and chin up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, we're flattening through the lumbar spine, and then we're sliding the chin towards the chest, feeling that length through the back of the neck. One more time, in breath, roll that pelvis forward. We're arching through the lumbar spine, chin to the ceiling. On the out breath, flattening through the lumbar spine and sliding the chin towards the chest. Good. Keeping that lovely length through the back of the neck, the lumbar spine imprinted into the mat. We're going to float the right and left arm up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. On the in-breath, we're opening the arms out to the side, back of the hand down to the floor, back of the hands to the floor. Reach those fingers away from you, just feeling that lovely opening stretch through the front of the chest, but don't let that lower back pop up away from the mat. Good. Floating those arms back up to the ceiling again. One more time. On the in-breath, floating the back of the hands down towards the floor, reaching those fingers away from you. Good. And floating back up to the ceiling again, palms facing away from you. Right arm goes up above the head, left hand down onto the floor. Keep the fingers on the floor as you bring both arms out to the side, finishing with the left arm up, right arm down. Have a little think what that lumbar spine is doing. Don't let it pop up. And we take both arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. Left arm goes up, right arm comes down. Keep the fingers on the floor as we take the arms out to the side, finishing with right arm up, left arm down, and back up to the ceiling again. We're going to relax both arms down onto the floor. We're coming into our shoulder bridge, so just have a little think again about the length through the back of the neck. Just slide the chin towards the chest slightly. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to curl that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we're pushing forward through the fronts of the thighs. Lift those hips as high as you can, but drop that rib cage down. So we shouldn't be popping that rib cage up, but at the same time, we want to be lifting as high as possible. Check there's no tension through the neck and shoulders, and we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until that lumbar spine comes into the mat, and then we're going to relax it back down. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, pushing forward through the fronts of the thighs. Squeeze those glutes together, hips lifted, rib cage down. We're lifting as high as we can with the hips, keeping the rib cage down. From there, we're going to open the knees out to the side, keeping the feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to close those knees together. Now, what we want to work on here is that the height of the pelvis doesn't change. So we're staying nice and still as we open and close those knees. We're firing those glutes up. Good. And close. 5 more. In breath to open. Out breath to close and squeeze the knees together. For 4. And close. 3. And close. Good. If you're not feeling those glutes, lift those hips higher. For 2. Last one. Open the knees. Squeeze them together. Take them back to hip width apart. We're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Hug those knees into your chest and just rocking side to side. Good. Okay, so from there now, we're going to take both legs up to tabletop. Reach the right and left arm up towards the ceiling. Make sure that lumbar spine is locked down into the floor. And we're toe tap, well, actually we'll heel tap here. We're going to start with the left leg. So heel tap, left foot to the floor, right arm goes up above the head and center. Good. Right, heel tap, left arm goes up above the head and center. Good. Then we can start lowering the opposite arm. So left leg, left arm goes down, right arm up above the head. Keep that back locked to the floor. So really engaging the belly button to the spine. Good. We're going to do 4 more to each side. So for 4, if you want to work harder, take that leg a little bit longer. Lock that back down for 3. And 3. Good. 2 more. 2. And 2. Last ones here. And 1. And then we can hug those knees in. Rock from side to side. Good. We're going to take the feet back down to the floor, keeping that hip width distance. Place the hands behind your head. Remember, we're cradling the head here, so we're doing a curl up. You don't want to be pulling your head or neck. We're just using our abdominal muscles. So in breath, draw the belly button to spine. On the out breath, chin to chest, and we're curling up, keeping the elbows wide till you can feel those abdominals engaging. Check the belly button is staying down and lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, chin to chest, we're curling up and we're holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. On the out breath, we're curling up. Remember, it's all abdominals. Those abdominals squeezing is helping to hold us up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. 3 more times. On the out breath, we're curling up. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. 2 more times. We're holding for 5 on each time. We're curling up. Squeeze the belly button to spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Last time. On the out breath, squeeze the belly button to spine. Support the head for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. We can hug those knees in again. Good work, everyone. And just rocking again, side to side. Okay, so we take the right foot to the floor. We're going to cross the left knee over the right, arms to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're going to take both knees down to the left, head goes to the right. Use the top leg to weight down that bottom leg if you want to increase that stretch a little bit. It's quite a strong stretch. I want you to just breathe through it. 3 breaths, deep breath in and out. Just as you breathe out, relaxing any tightness there. Last deep breath in and out. We're going to take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Take the ankle back onto the knee. So you've got left ankle on right knee. We're going to draw the right knee up to your chest, keeping that right knee up as high as possible and keeping that left knee out at right angles. Of course, if you find it hard to lift the leg up, just push that left knee out. Good. So, Nini, can you bring that right knee up? Yeah, hold on to that right leg. The one below. So hold on to the leg that's lengthened away. Okay, good. We're just breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to take the feet back down to the floor. We're changing the cross here. So we're going right over left, crossing the knees. So the knees are meeting for the first one, arms out to the side. And then we're going to take both legs down to the right. Head goes to the left. Good. Just breathing through the stretch. Good. 3 nice deep breaths in and out, placing a little bit of pressure if you want to increase that stretch. Good. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Slide the ankle back onto the knee. So you've got right ankle on left knee. And then we're going to scoop that left leg up. So we're holding underneath that left hamstring. Pull that leg up towards your chest. Good. And then keeping that right knee out at right angles. Think about lengthening through the back of the neck. You can roll ever so slightly onto the left side to increase that stretch. Good. Breathing through that. Good. We're centering back up again. Take both feet back down to the floor. We're going to roll onto our left side now, coming onto our left elbow. The knees are bent. The elbow is underneath the shoulder. The waist is lifted up away from the floor. So we're not relaxing down, slouching. We're keeping that waist lifted up away from the floor. Top arm up to the ceiling. Good. So on the in-breath, we're pushing that right hip forward, opening the arm out and back, chest to the ceiling, follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we bring the arm round, palm down, through the gap, feet through the gap, And then follow the hand with the head, and we're creeping those fingers away from you. Good. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Good. On the out breath, bring the arm round. Palm down, feeding through the gap. And we're creeping those fingers away. Good. Last time here, we're going to take the arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head, just relaxing, opening up. See if you can take that arm back a little bit more. On the out breath, bring the arm around. We're going to hold this rotational stretch. Feed the hand through. Follow the hand with the head. Keep creeping those fingers away from you to increase that stretch. Arm back up to the ceiling again. Relax that onto the top of your thigh. We're coming down to lying on our arm. So you're lying on the left arm. We're straightening both legs away from you. Remember, if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, then just bring those legs slightly to the front corner of your mat. Keeping stacked shoulders, hips and feet. Pointing through the right toe. We're taking that leg up to the ceiling. Flex, lengthen that top line, and we'll lower back down. Good. Pointing to come up. Flex, lengthen, and lower. So as you're lowering the leg, pointing to come up, flex. As you lower, you want to lift that bottom waist up off the mat. Good. 3 more. Point to come up. Flex, lengthen and lower. Good. 2 more times. Point to come up. Flex, lengthen and lower. Last time here, pointing to come up. Flex, lengthen that top line and lower. We're going to point through the toe, bringing it up to hip height, and we're going to start to circle that leg forward for 5, 4, 3, you don't want to be rocking from side to side, 2 and 1, and reverse for 5, 4, good. Remember, you don't want to be rocking on those from side to side on the hip, 2, last one here, good. Leave the leg at hip height, flex through the foot, and we're just pulsing it up here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, catch hold of that ankle. Take the heel to the glutes. Slide the knee back until you start to feel a nice stretch through the front of the thigh there. If anyone finds they can't catch hold of their ankle, then obviously if you've got a band handy, you can just wrap it around your ankle, or, a towel or something next time. Good, and just sliding. If you can't catch hold of your ankle for this one, just bring that leg back. You can even take it onto the floor, bend the knee and slide that leg back. Good, till you just start to get that stretch through the front of the thigh there, good. And lengthen the leg away, give it a good pat off, and we're going to turn onto our right side now, onto your elbow, knees are bent, stacking knees and hips, shoulders, feet are on top of each other, left arm up to the ceiling, pushing that top hip forward. We're opening the hand out, so take the hand back, follow the hand with the head. The aim is obviously to try and get the hand on the floor, but don't force it. Bring the arm round, palm down, feet through the gap, and we're creeping the fingers away from you. Good. Good. Arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Again, reaching towards the floor, but not forcing it. Bring the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away. Good, last one here now. In breath, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward. We're holding the stretch. For a nice deep breath in, push that top hip forward. We're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, creeping those fingers away. Again, we're holding the stretch. Keep creeping those fingers. Feel that lovely rotational stretch. Arm up to the ceiling, lower it down onto your thigh. We're coming down to lying on that right arm now. Lengthen both legs away. Bringing those legs a little bit to the front of the mat if you feel you're wobbling a bit. Keeping stacked, we're pointing through that top toe. We're taking it up to the ceiling. Flex, lengthen the top line, and lower back down. So pointing to come up, flex, lift that waist off the mat as you lower the leg. Pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower, good. 3 more, pointing to come up, flex, lift that waist to lower the leg. 2 more, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. Last one, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower back down, pointing through the toe. We're taking it back up to hip height, and we're starting with those circles. So nice big circles, but no rocking through the hips for 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5, and we're reversing for 5, 4, 3, you can place the hand on the floor if you want to just help with the balance. Last circle round, leg back up to hip height, flexing through the foot, and we're pulsing it up for 10, 9, 8, reach that heel away from you, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend the knee, catch hold of the ankle, heel to glute, slide the knee back. If you can't catch hold of the ankle, bend the knee, take that foot to the floor, and just slide that leg back as much as possible along the floor. I'll just help to just stretch through the front of the thigh. Good. Breathing through that. Remember those 3 breaths, and then on the out breath, see if you can increase that stretch. Good. Last deep breath in and out. Good. We're going to lengthen that leg away from you. Good. Give a nice pat off. We're just going to roll onto our front. I just want us to do a little bit of back extension work here, just to make sure we're stretching out both the front and the backs of our body. So we can have the hands down either just in front of the shoulders, towards the edges of the mat. Now remember your neutral spine. Have a little play on while you're just lying on your front here, with flattening and arching through that lumbar spine, so you know how to get yourselves into the neutral spine position. We're going to lift up. We can keep the elbows bent. We're just lifting up through our chest, keeping the crown of the head lengthening away from us. We're going to lower back down again. This next time, as we come up, we're going to straighten through the arms. Remember, take the front of the hips up with you, shoulders down the back. Good, you shouldn't feel any pinching in that lower back as long as you bring the hips up. We're going to lower back down. Last time now, on the out breath, we're straightening through the arms. Draw those shoulders down your back. Good. We're now going to turn and look over the left shoulder. And then we're turning and looking over the right shoulder. Good. We're going to come back onto our knees. Sitting on your heels. Now again, if that's not comfortable to do this, you can just sit with your legs out in a V. Open those knees nice and wide here. Big toes together. We're going to walk the hands forward, reaching those fingers away from you. Just really stretching through that lower back. We're going to walk the hands round to the left and then reach that right arm away from you, trying to keep the right seat bone towards the right heel. Back to the center again, and then we're walking the hands round to the right, reaching that left hand away from you. Good, coming back to the center just one more time. Take the chest to the floor. Good. Opening up through the back. We're going to come back so we're up onto all fours. Tuck your toes underneath you. We're pushing up into the down dog, taking the heels to the floor. Now, if you can't get your heels to the floor, then I want you to bend one knee and take the heel to the floor of the other one, and then change. So we're getting at least one heel down towards the floor. If you can get both heels down, take the head through to the knees, slide those shoulder blades together on your back. Nice deep breath in and out, and then we're softening through the knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet. On the out breath, we're rounding back up, stacking that spine, coming up to standing. Excellent work, everyone. Good job.